squishy down the camera just a little bit. All right. So, hey, how are you guys? Happy Sunday. Let me know what you guys have cooked up for today, or maybe what you guys have planned for this week. But today we are going to dive into our weekly reading. So each day, starting with today all the way till next Saturday. So those who are just joining in, my name is Tara. I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and all of my information is down below if you want to check out my website, get to know a little bit more about me, or you want to check out Desert Cauldron, which is a shop that James and I run. And actually, we have our 1 year shop anniversary coming up on May 1st. Hey Kayla! So definitely go check out the shop then. We're going to do something special, for our 1 year anniversary of Desert Cauldron. But like I said, all my other information is down below, like Leon Mystery School, my newsletter, Patreon, all that good stuff. Definitely go check it out. Okay, so today we are going to dive into the weekly reading. I have all my notes set up here. So I'd like to cast an elemental circle first. You guys don't obviously have to physically be here with me to be within the circle. The circle is energetic, therefore it doesn't know space or time. So even if you're watching the replay, you'll still be within that circle. Okay, so I have each of the elements here. So fire, water, earth, all these good things, air. So I have my green candle here. Liesl said evening. Hello, hello. So let's go ahead and get our fire element started here. There we go. And incorporate some of that air element. And actually I have a little bit of sweetgrass here. Such an amazing cleansing scent, this sweetgrass. So, woo, just putting that intention out there that we want the space to be nice and clear no matter where we are in the world, so we get the messages for our best and highest good. Okay, next incorporating a little bit of the water element. So I have my Florida water here. There we go. Just everything nice and cleansed, nice and clear. A little bit for me too. Okay, and then lastly, incorporating the earth element. I'm going to do that with my wand, which actually I keep up on my altar. It's a small wand, but it's actually a Mesa tooth. This is a 90 million year old tooth, and I've put a Ethiopian opal on there just to give it some extra pizzazz. But we have actually one of these in our Desert Cauldron shop. It's like, we don't really come across Mesa teeth all that often, so that's really the last one that we have. Okay, so I'm going to start off at the north, calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. And at the same time, just grounding, connecting, calling in the elementals of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the east, help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elementals of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elementals of the west to help us to cast our circle today. All right, the circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. All right, so let me see. Let me grab my little notes here. Okay, first off, I would like to talk about the Mayan astrology for the week, just so we can get all different forms of insight and elements into our week and how we can utilize that energy. So today is 9 Chuen. And if you're wondering about Mayan astrology, would like to learn more, I am a Mayan astrologer, and I teach a course in the Leon Mystery School. But the number 9 is a very fertile number. It's considered an impregnated number, so that anything that you would like to multiply today or bring an abundance of today, the number 9 is a perfect day to do that. But today is also Chuen, and Chuen is the Nawal of artists and weavers and art. And when we think about things being woven and brought together, we also think of unions. So today is actually a really good day for marriages and celebrations of that sort. So bringing things together, weaving things together. So today is a very magical, powerful day. So I don't know what you guys got going on today, Sunday, but if you're really wanting to bring things together and just multiply it by 1,000, today is a wonderful day to do that. So I don't know how many people are getting married today, but I mean, today is just a great day. Okay, going on over to actually Friday, this upcoming Friday, that's when we start our Trecena all over again. And so a Trecena is 13 days. It's like a 13-day week according to the Tzolk'in calendar. So we are going to be going into the week of Kib. It'll be one Kib, Kib, C-I-B. Kib is representative of the earth and all encompassing, you know, taking all of our faults, but also all of our extraordinary parts of ourselves, and we're bringing them full circle. So everything is going to be about coming full circle as it pertains to the upcoming Trecena. But on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, we have Tu Kaban. Kaban is all about knowledge, and Tu is all about duality. Lisa says, it's a lovely sunny day here in England, a rare treat here. Well, hey, spend as much time in the sun as you can. Maybe catch yourself a little tan. It's been quite sunny here too, and I'm like starting to really get into my summer tan. But anyway, so Kaban, all about knowledge. And so when we think about the duality of knowledge, we know that there's two sides to learning everything. Let's say, for instance, in school, we learn history. Let's say we learn history about a war. You know, we have war with another country. But if you think about it, if we were to go into a classroom of that opposing country, that country we used to have beef with, basically, I would say we, governments had beef with, really not the people. But you might find that their history books look a lot different. So when it comes to knowledge, knowledge oftentimes can be subjective because it's based on someone's point of view, and us coming from different backgrounds and us being different people, we can all see the same thing but have a completely different opinion or feeling about it. And so as we go into that Tu Kaban for next Saturday, just kind of keep that in mind, that anything that you're learning or seeing or understanding, there's going to be another side to it as well. Okay, going on then into our herb of the week. So again, I try to find herbs that some of you guys will have, you know, that you don't have to go out to a specialty store to get. Hey, Michelle! So hopefully it's on hand no matter where you are in the world. But I brought my anise seeds, and some of you have the anise stars, but I just happen to have the seeds with me. Now I will say, anise has a very black licorice-y taste to it, and black licorice is not my favorite, but I do know that anise is good for you. It just may not be my favorite tasting herb, but I do know that it has some wonderful magical properties, especially if you're using star anise, and that when you're putting any sort of sachets and things together, anise is really good for that. So in terms of the physical side for anise, it has tons of nutrition, lots of nutrients in here in these teeny little seeds, but they are quite packed. And it has been said in scientific papers, you guys can look this up as well, that it could help to alleviate depression. It could help to alleviate symptoms of menopause. Of course, with herbs, you want to do a well-rounded approach to anything, you know, not just relying on one thing, like just relying on crystals to help you through something, or just relying on herbs. You want to make sure that you're doing the work too, as well as bringing in your herbal companions or your crystal companions or your tarot companions, whatever it may be. This is also said to help with those that need to regulate their blood sugar levels. I know that whenever James and I leave any of the many Indian restaurants that are around here, they often have anise mixed with some other seeds and things like that to help with your digestion after having a big meal. So anise is really good for that. On the magical side, which is what I mostly use it for, although I've made anise cookies before, they're really good for purification, like if you want to cleanse a space, protection, like I said, if you wanted to make a sachet and keep a little, maybe a couple of star anise in a little pouch and keep that on your person, it's really good for that. If you wanted to sprinkle it onto your altar just before you're going into some big divination work, anise is said to help with it. And also the reason I chose anise is because it is said to do really well with fertility, to bring in abundance. And today being a 9 day, I thought that matching this herb with the number 9, it was kind of like, you know, upping its power just a little bit. So, hey, maybe you guys want to bust out the anise this week. I don't know. I just thought that, you know, maybe I would share that with you guys. I was kind of feeling that energy for this week. Okay, guys, let's dive into the 7-day forecast. Okay, so what decks am I using? I have here with me the Cat Row cards, of course, my Wally's World Oracle. Some of the other decks for the different areas we'll get into. I'm going to use the Vessel Oracle, my Cat Tarot, the Ice Cream Oracle, and the Magic Nico deck. All right. Let's go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to pull a card from Wally's World, and I want to take a look at the main theme for this week. Lisa said, rocking with the number 9, thrice 3 in Wicca. Hey, nice. Okay. And I was thinking of abundance, and I was thinking, well, I have an abundance of laundry that I need to finish. Perhaps I'll create a union in the dryer with my clothes. Okay, all right. Put that card off to the side. I'll take a look at it once I pull all of the rest of the cards. Okay, so I'm going to pull the Cat Row cards for that 7-day forecast. And this is a really cute deck. I got this in a trade many years ago. But cute little backs. It's actually Pookie. Pookie the cat. Okay. So let's pull some cards for today, going on throughout this week. And while I pull these cards, by the way, just a reminder that for everybody who is doing super chats and super stickers, I will pull a card for you guys personally at the end of today's chat. So if you're looking for some personal guidance, I'd be more than happy to pull a card for you. Let's go ahead and sign up for those super chats and super stickers. All right, so let's go into Tuesday. All right, Wednesday. And Thursday. And Friday. And lastly, we'll go to Saturday. All right. Okay, let's put these cute little cards back in their pouch. And let's take a look at this forecast. What is cooked up for us this week? Okay, let's get these cards all where I can see them. All right, so first off, we're going to take a look at Wally's World. And we have this lovely Buddhist temple, which is no longer in use. It's now open to the public, and this is actually out in Hawaii. And this is an image taken by one of my moderators, Sherry Bug. So, okay, so let's take a look at our theme this week. Okay, all right, so for the overall week, I'm getting that our theme is about change of knowledge. changing things up, the way that we perceive things or believe things, either about the outer world, ourselves, or both. So that's going to be kind of a big theme this week. So just kind of keep that in mind about changing perspectives, changing beliefs, just kind of based on new information that's coming in, either again about ourselves, the outside world, or both. Okay, so let's take a look at today. Any sort of block that we might encounter today. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and it seems like Pookie is not too happy with this little piggy that has like eaten his beads. So what I'm getting with this, a possible block that we might encounter today, is when we come across things that we would like to have, like not necessities, but things we'd like to have, like maybe a particular new deck or a new car or a new home, or things like this. And it feels like this straight away, this thought process comes in of, oh, I don't deserve that, I don't need that right now, it's just frivolous, it just so kind of saying that any like little treat that you would like to give yourself, well, I don't know, maybe a home is a treat for some people, but a little treat that you would like to give yourself is somehow not worthy or not valid. And so it's putting a block on that abundance. And remember that today is a 9 day. It's a very abundant day, especially, bringing things together. So if you're wanting to bring in more, but at the same time, you're telling the universe, I don't need anything, well, technically, but I don't deserve anything, I'm not worthy of this, then there's going to be a conflict. It's going to be very hard to bring in the abundant manifestation if we're saying, no, I don't want this right now, I don't want this right now, I don't need it right now, I'm not, it's just, there's so many other things that are needed, besides the things that I would want. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever maybe those possible thoughts roam through. Butterflies, like that got me right in the feels. Yeah, I mean, and that's for a lot of us. I mean, we're human, and a lot of it comes from programming, from just, how we were raised and the people that were around us, and kind of how we saw their reaction when it came to buying things for themselves, or, money. I know that in my family, when it came to anybody buying anything for my mom, or my mom buying anything for herself, like she became upset. Like she was angry at you that you would ever think about buying her anything, because she felt very unworthy. Like, why? I don't want this. Or, buying things for herself, that was like unheard of. She was always just buying stuff for, like, my brother and I, my dad. And that's kind of how we see as being like a good person. Oh, we can give to others, but we don't give to ourselves. But we do want abundance in our lives. So it's this, this conflict that we put up, this wall that we put up. Okay, so an opportunity that we can have today, a possible opportunity, we have the Three of Pentacles. All right, 2 Pentacles cards already for today. And we have this Three of Pentacles. So, like I was saying today being 9 Chuen. Chuen is representative of coming together. Yes, it's about art and artists and weaving, but it's all about, bringing resources together, people together. So if you are wanting to, like, if you really truly, no matter what your core beliefs are going on there, if you really truly want to work on bringing something in today, you can do it. Just know that you can. The only thing working against you is you, really. So, your beliefs are over here that no, I don't want to bring anything, I don't deserve anything. Where over here, you are absolutely, it's so magical today. You can work on bringing that stuff in. So just know the choice is up to you. And I know shadow works hard, but maybe today is a good day to work on that so we can free up that blockage that we may have. Okay, let's take a look at a possible block for Monday. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Dude, all these Pentacles cards, you guys. The Eight of Pentacles here. And so what I'm getting with that is, well, it's Monday. And I know for a lot of people out there that don't work from home, or, you work for another person. Monday's like, the start of a long, long week, the beginning of the daily grind. It's not ever seen in a fun sense. So There might be a little bit of conflict with those that you work with. Again, either you're going to someplace else to go work, or maybe it is that you work from home. And maybe the people that you work with at home, you might have a little bit of friction with. But just understand it might just be the energy of the day. It might just be the Monday funk that a lot of people get in. I was just thinking of, that movie where it's like, oh, somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Well, a lot of people might be feeling a little bit cruddy on Monday. So I would say give people the benefit of the doubt. Cut people a little bit of slack. Hopefully they cut you a little bit of slack too, especially if you're feeling a little bit grumpy tomorrow. But yeah, that's just coming in as a possible block, that there may be a little bit of friction just because people, it's Monday. All right, so let's take a look at a possible opportunity. And we have the Five of Swords. Interesting. I'm just like keeping an eye on all the numbers and the suits for, any extra messages. And so with the Five of Swords here, the upside of getting into conflicts with others, it's a little bit of friction at work, possibly, at the job that you go to, or, if you're at home and the people that are at your home or with you at home, is that you learn a little bit about each other and you learn to get a little bit more creative and you learn about yourselves as well. So there is an upside to conflicts. I know that many of us would like to avoid conflict and arguments and all of that, but eventually we end up learning a little bit something about ourselves and, like I said, about the other person, and we get to get creative about whatever it is that we were arguing about. So although Monday may be like Monday, we're going to come out on a positive, learning something about each other. Okay, and that's definitely going to help with work relations. If you start to really understand those people that you used to have conflicts with, then you're probably going to start working a lot better together because now you understand each other. So yay, it's a win-win. All right, so let's take a look at Tuesday, possible block on Tuesday. Oh, so cute. We have the Ten of Wands. I was thinking of, was it called Fruit Stripes? Something like that. The gum, it was like a rainbow zebra, and you had this like rainbow gum, and the gum turned to crap like within a minute of chewing it. But oh, was it so delicious before that minute was up. I think it was called Fruit Stripes or something like that. Anyway, I don't know how many other people chewed that gum. Anyway, that's not the message for for the block, but let's take a look here. Okay, I got it. So possible block on Tuesday is either it's something where a group of you are working on things. So this could be, again, still at work. This might be kind of like a work themed week, but it could also be something that you're doing with these with your family. Butterfly's like, OMG, those were so good. Yeah, I know, right? Michelle says, I think you're right. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go buy some Fruit Stripes after that. But whatever or wherever it is that you're working with other people, sometimes when we get overly frustrated with the people that we're working with, we decide either I'm going to abandon this altogether and you guys go work on it, or you know what, you guys get lost, I'm going to take it over, I'm just going to get it done, which doesn't help anyone. So this is just a reminder to take a breather. If some people are really getting on your nerves, but you know that you have to get this thing done, whatever it is that you guys are working on together. Like I said, this could be something that's going on at home, but more than likely I'm feeling like this is something at work. Maybe take a break, maybe go to lunch and start thinking about, why are you getting so frustrated with these people? Maybe even write them down so that when you go back and have a conversation with them, you can say, hey, I apologize for losing my temper, but these are the things that were bothering me. I was feeling unheard, or, whatever it may be. And that can open up a dialogue with you and the other people. And maybe at least the feeling heard and feeling seen will help you guys to at least, try to finish accomplishing the project. Okay, so possible block, might be the tempers flare, the egos flare, the, you know what, I'm just going to do this myself, or I don't need your help. So again, just take some time away, take a break, take time to process your emotions and try to understand what they're trying to tell you. Why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? And then bring that to those people. Because if you keep it from the other people, they'll not know what's going on in your head. They don't know how you're feeling unless you express it. And not everybody's empathic, you know. All right, so possible opportunity. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I think you guys are just going to use like all of my pentacles here. You know, I know that we had a 10 of Wands, we had a Wands on a Swords, but basically you guys are just using all of my pentacles this week. So, and today is a number 9, but this is talking about Tuesday. So if we can take some of this advice, things that you're working on today about bringing in abundance and feeling worthy, you know, and then going on into Monday and working on trying to understand each other when conflicts arise, and then, you know, possible another conflict comes up, but now is a chance to understand your emotions and being able to communicate with others more effectively. Then by doing that, we start to open ourselves up to even more abundance, because we don't have all these blockages in the way of like, this can't be done, you know, a very narrow-minded focus. So we do have an opportunity to bring in actually financial abundance, because I have a feeling that that project, and this might just be for some of you, but that project that you guys were working on was for bringing in a certain amount of money. And if you guys can work through your issues with one another, you know, speaking your truth. How do you feel? Why do you feel that way? How do you feel? Why do you feel that way? Oh, okay. You know, and really listening to each other, then yes, working as a team, you guys together can bring in more than one person alone. So just keep that in mind. All right, going into Wednesday. Ooh, for our blockage, we have the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. This is the message that was coming through me. So I was getting that, okay, people were able to take in some of the messages, you know, for the start of the week, you know, that conflicts arose, they spoke their truth, they were able to work things out with people feeling really good about themselves, like, hey, I did the thing, you know, and things worked out. This is great. And it's good to, Lisa's like, whoa. And it's good to feel good about yourself, you know, and growing in your journey. And you should always recognize it, of course, and have gratitude for it. But sometimes our ego can take it to the extreme where it's like, yeah, we did something, you know, great, and we learned and we grew. But then the ego might take it to this whole other side of like, yeah, that's right. I got everything all figured out now. I don't need any of your helps. I don't need, you know, I'm just going to keep doing this thing because it seems like it's working for me. I don't need to know any more information. I don't need your tidbit information. I got this. Just, you know what? I'm flying pretty high. I got this. I don't need you. So that's the kind of energy I was getting, is where we take it a little bit too far, like feeling good about yourself, but then going from feeling good to, I know everything now. And we're just going to keep doing this thing. So be careful from maybe taking it to the extreme. And we all do this from time to time because we are human. It's all part of our learning process. So I'm definitely not, you know, bagging on anybody, because we all, you know, do this from time to time. All right. Possible opportunity then for Wednesday. And we have the 7 of Wands. Oh, goody. So finally, no pentacles. All right. And what are they doing here? Oh, icicles. Oh, how cute. So they're getting water from icicles. All right. It seems like, just like this whole week, as I'm looking at these cards laid out, and I know that this is already just, it's going to Wednesday, so it's barely midweek, and it seems like a lot is already coming up for us. Remember that our theme card was this: challenging beliefs, challenging the way you see the world, new knowledge being brought in so that you understand and see yourself differently and the outside world differently as well. And it seems like that's what's coming up, and possibly that's why all these conflicts are coming up, because of all this new information is coming in and beliefs are being challenged, i.e. in the form of shadows and triggers, then yeah, that's going to create conflicts. But those conflicts need to come up to put it in front of not just your face, but all the other people that are involved in the situation, so that they can see something about themselves and see something about the outside world. Do those perceptions match up? Am I looking at things through the eyes of my ego, or am I looking at through the eyes of my heart, my higher self? So this is really a beautiful growth week. So if you're feeling like, oh man, it seems like conflict after conflict, argument after argument, this is very frustrating. It's frustrating, but know that the world is not against you right now, and this is not a punishment in any sort of way, you know, being a good person or a bad person. It's not about that at all. It's all about growth, not just for you, but for everyone this week. So every time a conflict comes up, an argument comes up, you may not feel good at the time, but when you're feeling a little bit more centered, you can say, okay, all right, well, thank you. That needed to come up because now I see things this way and I feel like I've grown in this way. So again, I'm seeing, you know, opportunity. All of these opportunity cards have been conflict cards because the opportunity is in the conflict. So just know that. And also be ready, which means, you know, make sure that you guys are nice and grounded kind of throughout this week. And although there might be some emotions kind of going like this throughout this week, it's even more important that you guys are grounded and centered. Okay, let's go into Thursday, possible block for Thursday. Okay, so now we have a couple of cards that are in the major arcana realm. We had the High Priestess, now we have the Star. Okay, and what I'm getting with this is it's like a fight between, again, conflict being good, by the way. I mean, not conflict good, like let's go pick a fight with people. I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. But there's a conflict between what the human self, in Mayan belief, it's called the anima. The anima is the spirit that lives and dies with the human body. The coyopa, which is considered the lightning bolt, that is the spirit that, kind of keeps everything going. It goes forever. It's almost like the Nahual, you know, it goes on forever. It's eternal. So I'm getting that there is a conflict between our Nahual, you know, our coyopa, our true eternal spirit, and the spirit that is born in the body. So that when you just know in your heart, oh, I should be doing this, I should be learning this, this is what I want to do, this is how I feel, and this is, you know, you have a pretty good gut feeling about something, but then the ego jumps in, you know, the anima jumps in, is like, no, we don't need to do that, like, people trying to change me, you know, so it's like this conflict. And if you could take time out to actually see the conflict taking place, there's a lot of learning to take place from that. So it's the, oh, wait a minute, I'm feeling like this is what I need to do now, but then the other side of me is saying, no, that's a stupid idea. Wow, I can totally see the two sides of me having conflict. So listen to each though. First, listen to the higher self. Why does this feel like a good idea? Where is this coming from? Then listen to the ego. Okay, ego, why do you feel like this isn't a good idea? You know, and then you can weigh your options from there. So this is a good thing. I'm seeing all of these opportunities which are in conflict, all of these blocks which actually are coming out to be really good for us. So you'll have a chance to be able to see where there is conflict between ego and the higher self, but make sure that you listen to both. Give ample time for each to be heard, because when we try to quiet one thing, we say, shut up, ego, we just squash it. It's going to get louder and louder until it feels like it's been heard. And once it feels like it's been heard and we realize, no, that's not really what I want to do, at least internally, you feel heard. And then it moves on. Okay, so possible opportunity. We have the Eight of Swords. Let's see, did we have another 8 here? Yes, we did, but not a plentiful number of 8s. Okay, so 8 of Swords, when we get in that conflicted, you know, what I was just talking about, that conflict of this is what my heart is saying to do, but this is what my brain is saying to do, you know, basically our ego, our logical, earthly 3D mind, and it's in conflict with our 5D and above eternal spirit. We can get into a bit of a bind like this. But when we get into a bind like this, the Eight of Swords, that forces us to pause and reflect. Because if you're in the Eight of Swords, you're stuck. There's nowhere to go. And so it's forcing you to, okay, while I'm here, let's take a look at what's really going on. So, all right. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let's go into Friday, possible block for Friday. We have the Four of Swords. Okay. And so after having all that we might be going through this week, excuse me, a lot of knowledge, a lot of ups and downs, we might just need a mental break. So if you're feeling like a little out of gas, like you need to take a rest, a day off, a week off, then I say honor yourself. So this I don't really see too much as like a block, but more like a reminder that if you're feeling blocked, like you're feeling a lack of energy, or you're feeling like just mentally exhausted or emotionally exhausted, then please listen to that and do take care of yourself. Okay, all right. And then let's go into a possible opportunity for Friday. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so if we can, try to learn the best that we can throughout the week, really taking time to reflect, really taking time to understand others, understand yourself, as these new concepts and beliefs come in and these new points of view. And then you realize, you know what, I'm a little tired by the end of the week, and then you give yourself that rest. You're going to be ready to come back and tackle everything that much more effectively later on. So there will be an opportunity to take your newfound knowledge, your now rested self, into the next big adventure. And I know this is on a Friday, but technically when it comes to adventures in life, there are no days of the week. So I just see you guys being able to kind of go into a new, I would say, elevated level of self after this. So, hey, that's always awesome. Okay, Saturday. All right, that's that Tukaban I was talking about. So Saturday, a possible blockage, and we have the Justice card. So this is now the third major arcana in the blocked position. Okay, and so the Justice card comes in. Actually, you know what? I'm not really seeing this as a block too much. I'm seeing this more as when, again, having conflict between the ego and the higher self, the heart and the logic mind, the 5D and the 3D, that now you're much more aware, because you've taken time to reflect on this already. You're much more aware of when these conflicts are taking place, and you're more able to take action that is for your best and highest good, instead of coming from a place of anxiety or fear or past trauma. And so this I don't really see as a blockage, but more like something coming up where now, and it's this is all in 1 week, you're able to take a look at what's going on and be like, okay, my knee-jerk reaction is this, but is that really coming from my higher self? Because when I fall into my heart, this is actually what I'm getting. And these are two different things. So I'm going to sit with both, run them through my truth, and see what I get from there. So I don't really see this as a blockage, but more you coming to a realization that there are, this kind of duality within ourselves. And we have to just go with what's for our best and highest good, which means really dropping into your heart space and listening. Okay, so an opportunity then, we have the King of Wands. Hey! So now we have a king in here, whereas I think we started off today with a Knight of Pentacles, but then we end the week as the king. So the King of Wands here. And so I really see, like I said, you guys really moving forward in a more stable, positive, just so many more opportunities opening up for you guys after this, what's going to feel like a pretty stressful week, but it's all for our benefit Just know that it's for our benefit, it's for the benefit of everybody else, so that we can all grow this week. And things are moving fast now. You know, this type of growth might been spread out over a year, you know, before, and now it seems like stuff's just coming so fast for everyone. And it's been difficult, but there's also been really high highs, you know, some really good stuff that's been coming into people's lives. And I really feel that many of us are going to be going into like the next thing. You know, it's like, oh wow, I've opened up in this way, and all these opportunities that I couldn't see before is open to me now. And it's literally only been a week. If I could do this in a week, dude, what could I do and where could I be in a year? So look at this positively, you guys. And Kayla's throwing up the hearts. Okay, let's take a look at the elemental forecast. All right, you guys, let me know what elements are floating around in your natal chart. So sun, moon, rising, what element is your sun sign in? What element is your moon sign in? Your rising sign. So I would be air, water. Okay, and for that, I'm gonna bust out the vessel oracle here. Dun, da, 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 da. And I am going to pull an extra card for our fire signs, our air signs. Alberta, hello, hello. So air signs, fire signs, earth signs, water signs, so we can get a little bit of extra information for the week. All right, so let me know, what do you guys have going on? Kayla has water, air, fire. Lovely mixture. Lisa is earth, water, water. Water. Let's see. Sitting over there is water, fire. Which actually is interesting, because in Mayan astrology, Maluk is his day sign, and it's the Nawal of fire and water. Interesting. See, I love how all of the astrologies just kind of match up somehow. You know, they might be from different points of view, but they all kind of just match each other in a way. I think it's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. Butterfly is earth, water, water. Oh, just like Lisa. Hey, you guys must have a lot in common. Okay, let's pull for our fire signs first. Okay, so wherever you guys are dabbling in the fire. All right, let's see an extra message for our fire signs. All right, we have power. All right, give me a moment with this, fire signs. Oh, okay. Some food for thought. My little fire babies out there, and I have a little bit of fire in my chart, not too much, more like the Leo in my North Node. Your question for you this week is, what does real power look like? What does true power look like? And I ask you this question because remember that the theme is all about challenging beliefs and perspectives, you know, the way you see the world, the way you see yourself, or the way you understand yourself, or the way you understand your world. Because these things should be ever changing, ever evolving, much like the cells in our body. So when I ask that question, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it true power looks like a really strong person, lots of muscles? Is power the loudest person in the room? Is power the ability to lead a people and get them to do what you want? What does power look like? Or is power more subdued? Is power quiet? What does power look like to you? I have this more as like a journal question for you guys, and you guys can pull cards on it for sure. But fire signs, food for thought. Okay, what does real power look like? And within that is the extra message for the week, as you, again, run it through your own filter. Okay, so let's go into earth signs. All right, earth signs. What do we have? And maybe it's another journal question for you guys, earth signs. Ooh, okay. I think these are just going to be journal questions for you guys this week. So journal, pull some cards, do a little meditation on it, sit with one of your crystals and, see kind of what you guys are getting with this. Because remember, this is all about challenging ourselves this week and the people around us. So we have defeat. Okay, my earth signs. What does defeat look like? How do we define defeat? What synonyms would you come up with for defeat? Does defeat mean failure, loser, all of these names that we come up with? Or is defeat a loss, a moment in time? What does this mean for you? What is defeat? What does defeat mean for you in your life? Is this a negative word to you? Is this a positive word? Is it a neutral word? How do you feel when you see this word or when you hear this word? I know the picture has this little person crying here, but without the picture, all right, Liesl said defeat is humility. There you guys go. So definitely, I want you guys to, journal these. And I know that we have more than one element in our chart. So these are definitely things that we could jot down. And for me, I'm going to have to leave these out after our chat today so I can journal these. Okay, so next, let's go into water. All right, water signs. What's your journal prompt? Your extra message from the week for the week through your journal prompts. Okay. Okay, water. Oh, structure. I like all these like little goofy houses and stuff. Okay, give me a moment because I'm getting a rewording of this for our water signs. Okay, I got it. All right, water signs. Here we go. Journal prompt for this week. Pull some cards, like I said, sit with it, whatever. What does stability look like? Okay, water signs, what does stability look like? If somebody said their life is stable, what does a stable life look like? If somebody said that my finances are stable, what does that look like? Remember that as I ask these questions, since we all come from different backgrounds, we're different people, different parts of the world, many of us different languages, different cultural beliefs and different upbringings, surroundings. When I ask that question, you're probably going to get a bazillion different answers. So it's good to ask these questions. It's good to journal these things because even our own answers might change from week to week, day to day, year to year, decade to decade. So what does it mean to be stable? And think of all the different areas where we use that word stable. Our finances are stable. My career is stable. My family life is stable. What does that look like? Okay. And then lastly, air signs. Hello. Let me move this off to the side. All right, air signs. A journal prompt for us for the week. Ooh, okay, I guess that's the card. All right, air signs. We have choice. Okay, so air signs, here is your journaling question. Again, pulling cards on it, sitting in meditation with it. Where in your life do you feel you absolutely have a choice? And where in your life do you feel that you absolutely have no choice? Other things to think about. At what times in your life did you feel you had no choice? What does it mean to have choice? What does that mean for you? What synonyms would you come up with for the word choice? Is this a negative word, positive word, neutral word? Okay, all right. Well, definitely a lot of food for thought for the week. Okay, so let me put this away and I want to go into the special question. So if you're wondering what is the special question, well, before I do my Sunday weekly live chats, I always post a YouTube poll. So for the YouTube members and Patreon members, they have 2 votes. So they get to vote on Patreon, they get to vote in their YouTube membership, but also there's a public poll that I put out on my community tab of my YouTube page. So there was 4 questions. You guys got to vote on the question that you would like me to pull a card on. And I asked the same 4 questions to my patrons and to YouTube members. And so you guys ended up all kind of voting on the same question. I mean, there was votes for the other questions too, but the majority question was, in what area of my life have I not tended to my needs? So what area in my life have I not tended to my needs? So you guys voted on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card on that. So I'm going to use the Cat Tarot for this particular question. And let's take a look at this together. So what area of our lives have we not tended to our needs? I know our lives get busy. They're filled with so many things, and sometimes the things that we need the most fall to the wayside because we feel that other priorities take place. Okay, so let's pull a card on that. What area of our life have we not tended to our needs? What area of our life? Oh, okay, I guess that's the card. Okay, let's take a look at this then. Oh, we have the 5 of Wands. Oh, sorry, this is the 5 of Swords. Okay, and I believe we had 5 of Swords elsewhere. Yes, we had it on as the opportunity in Monday in our reading. So tomorrow's opportunity. And then this is attached to our question, what area of our life have we not tended to our needs? So give me just a moment with this. Okay. All right. So like I said, our lives get very busy. We put a lot on our plate sometimes more than we can handle. And then we end up getting frustrated when we feel like we can't accomplish all those things that we put on our plate. So when it comes to this 5 of Swords here, I see this as when certain negative emotions come up. And I don't want to say the word negative like they're bad emotions, because I don't see bad, like they're just emotions. That's just what they are. But when emotions that don't feel so good, like we get upset or we get frustrated, things like that, as these feelings come up, sometimes because our lives are so busy, we stuff it down and we push it away. I'm going to deal with that later because I have this going on, I have this going on, this going on. I don't have time for that. When we continue to push down our emotions that we feel like we don't want to deal with right now because I'm sad, or I'm angry, or I'm frustrated, or I'm anxious, whatever it may be, they tend to start getting louder and louder because they're like, hey, is he or she not listening to me? Hello, I have an emotion here. You know, I'm trying to tell you something. And we decide, I don't have time for you right now, so stuff that down. So this is something to really pay more attention to as your emotions are coming up. Yes, I know we have busy lives, but you are important. Your emotions are part of you. Therefore, they are important because you are important, just like the other people in your life are important. So as they come up, maybe you don't have time right in that moment to listen to your emotion, deal with your emotion, but make sure that you find some time in that day to listen to it, try to figure out what it was trying to tell you. Okay, and I say within the day, so that way you can tell yourself, you know what, I'm not stuffing this down, I'm putting it on the back burner until I can look at this when I get home today, or after dinner today, but I'm looking at it today. And then the emotion is like, okay, they're gonna listen to me. That's cool. All right, I'll be right here and I'll be ready to talk. So yeah, in the area of emotions, when it comes to emotions in your life, if you feel like you just don't have time for particular emotions, they're going to get louder the more that you stuff them down. So give them a voice, allow them to be heard, and even if they can't be heard in that moment, at least give them some time later on that day. Okay? All right. Alrighty. Yay! We've gotten to the viewers poll. So everybody who's in the chat today, you get to vote on the next question. I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions, and please vote with an emoji. And if you don't have access to your emojis, then I'm just going to have you like type out the emoji. So here we go. All right, the first question is, what is my true relationship with my career? And the reason I ask about relationships is because today we're in Chuen, so Chuen's all about like weaving, togetherness, you know. So if that is a question that you would like me to pull a card on, then please vote with a red heart emoji. If you don't have access to your emojis, just type red heart. Okay, here's the other question. What knowledge about myself is imbalanced? What knowledge about myself is imbalanced, meaning maybe we don't quite have all the information about ourselves. And if you want me to pull a card on that, please vote with a green heart emoji. Or if you don't have access to your emojis, just type green heart. All right, so you guys go ahead and cast your votes. So red heart for what is my true relationship with my career. A green heart for what knowledge about myself is imbalanced. All right, so we have 2 red hearts, 1 green heart thus far. All right, I will pull out my cards and you guys continue voting if there's any more votes to come in. For this one, I'm going to use the Ice Cream Oracle. Yay! All right, so let's see. We have some more votes coming in. We have 3 red hearts, 1 green heart. Any more votes? Oh, we have another green heart. Okay, Sea Cat's coming in with a green heart. So far we're 3 to 2. So 3 red hearts, 2 green hearts. Do we have any more votes? Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going with the red hearts. Okay, so red heart question was, what is my true relationship with my career? Let's find out. Sometimes, you know, we start off in a career and maybe we really like it, and sometimes, you know, it's like we just kind of continued because it's what we've been doing for so long. For some people, you know, they're as happy as a clam the day they first started working there. For some people, it's just a paycheck. Some people would really rather do anything else than the job that they have. But, you know, let's see. What's your relationship with your career? Your true relationship. Okay, we have our card. I'm going to put these back in the box. Okay, let's see what the Ice Cream Oracle has scooped up for us. We have avocado, self-care, beauty, healing. Aguacate. All right, avocado. Okay, give me just a moment with this one. Okay. All right. I have a twofold message. So the first message that I'm getting is just like with the avocado and its creaminess and its greenness, that for many, your career is just a paycheck. It's just what you need to pay the bills and nothing more. We might try to convince ourselves that, yeah, I mean, it's good. But I don't really feel like the heart is too much in it. But I said it was a twofold message. So the other part of that message is, however, even though for many, and this obviously can't apply to everybody, but for many, you know, it just being a paycheck, heart's not really into it. There is a lot that you're learning about yourself, though, in that particular job. So I don't care if you're a corporate CEO or if you are, working at a fast food restaurant. They're just jobs, in the end. I don't really see one as higher than the other. They're just jobs. And let's say the person who is working in a fast food restaurant, just getting their paycheck, they are actually learning a lot about themselves through the interactions with the customers, the interactions with their peers, how they feel when they tell people what they do for a living, maybe what that means to them. There's a lot to be learned there, a lot of growth. So it's not for nothing. And like, even if you were or are the CEO somewhere, you're just making all kinds of tons of cash, wherever you are, there's still a lot that you're learning there. So even though the job that you're in, maybe your heart is not in it, you're still getting something out of it. You're still, besides just a paycheck, you are learning a lot about yourself. So then it comes down to, is this a path that you want to continue on? Or do you feel like you have learned enough about yourself that you're ready to move into something that is a little bit more aligned with you? Okay, so this is just a question that I'm putting out there to you guys. Like, those of you where this does resonate with you, are you ready to go into something that's a little bit more aligned? Do you feel like you've gotten enough out of the job that you have? You've learned enough about yourself and you're ready to learn about yourself in another job? Or is this just kind of where you feel comfortable at the moment and maybe you'll do something later on? This is just a really good time to take some reflection, start deciding, do I want to stay for a little while longer? Because I am learning a lot. Or do I feel like I've learned all I can here and I would like to learn more elsewhere? Okay, so this is a great check-in point, you guys. Great check-in point. All right, avocado, by the way. I love avocado. I could just eat it out of its thick skin, which, by the way, I found out not everybody knows about how to eat avocados because they don't grow all over the world. Please don't eat the skin. All right. I would like to go into a healing session now for you guys. So we've had tons of messages for this week. We went into some journal prompts for our elemental signs, our elemental messages, and we looked into, our career for the moment. Is this someplace that we would like to continue, or is it time for that change? And we also looked into where to nurture ourselves a bit more in it when it comes to our emotions. So I'm going to take you guys through a little mini guided meditation. I would like to use my singing bowl, but I would also like to use my quartz tuning fork. All right, so all right, you guys, get nice and comfortable. And don't forget that after this, if you would like me to pull a card for you, then just tap into the super chats, super stickers, and I'll pull some personal cards for people. All right, so like I said, get yourself nice and comfy. Maybe you're laying down, maybe you're sitting on the ground, sitting on a pillow, sitting in a chair, and start bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Just becoming aware of all of the sensations in your body. And if anything feels painful or tired, just send love to that area while you honor this time that you have right here, right now. All right, and with your next inhale, I want a nice big inhale, filling up the lungs, the diaphragm, and the stomach. And exhale. Nice full exhale, belly button all the way to the spine. Inhale again. Exhale. Your focus is only on your breath at the moment. Nothing else matters. You can get to it later, focusing only on the breath. And now with your next inhale, as you focus on your breath, what would you like to bring in? What is your intention for this week? Thinking about all the messages that you heard and the ones that truly felt like they connected to you, what is your intention? What would you like to bring in? Breathe that in. Let it fill every cell in your body. Let it fill your entire being. And what would you like to release? Blow that out. What are you releasing this week? Let it leave your energy. Okay, continue breathing in your intention, releasing what no longer serves you this week. Breathing in intention, releasing. Breathing in, release. Okay, continue breathing. And now I'm going to walk you through a new grounding that I have found to help me quite a bit. Perhaps it will help you. But I want you to imagine that one leg is firmly on Mama Gaia. The other leg is in the ocean. So one leg on land, one leg in the ocean. These two energies have come together to create this beautiful world that we call Earth. You have Gaia with her mountains, her soil, her rocks, her crystals, all of these things. And then you have water, sacred water energy. And water also teeming with life. Together, they create a green and beautiful world full of animals, people, plants, so many things in this planet because these two energies have come together, and now they come together in you. You are earth and you are water, but you also have one other element. You are also source. So as these legs are firmly planted, one in the ocean and one on the earth, remembering who you are and what you are created with, I want you now to focus on source and start bringing it down through your highest chakras, down through your body. Allow source to fill up your being and let it go down through your legs, down into the earth and down into water. And realize that you are this wonderful conduit of energy. You are made not only of earth and of water, but you're made of source, eternal light. I don't know any other being that can boast such a thing. How beautiful is that? Allow these energies to play within your body. Allow them to cleanse your body. Allow them to help to create abundance in your intentions. Allow water to help you to release what no longer serves you. Okay, continue breathing. And as you do, I'm just going to work my singing bowl just a little bit, but I want you guys to continue with your visualization, your intentions, and your breath. continue your breath. I'm just going to clear up with the tuning fork. Right. All right, you guys, start bringing your awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes once again. And take a nice deep breath in. Carpe diem. Seize the day, even if it's nighttime. I know where some of you guys are. Seize the evening. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly reading. I'm always open to suggestions, other things that you guys would like to see me tweak or add to the weekly reading. I'm all ears. But, you know, like I said before, if there are people that would like to do super chats or super stickers, I'd be more than happy to bust out my Magic Nico deck and pull a card for you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and close up our circle then. So let me get all situated here, and I thank everybody for joining in today and coming into circle today. Even if you guys, those people that are going to be watching the replay, just know that when a circle is cast, even if it's during a replay, you are in that energetic circle. So we're going to go ahead and close up that circle now as we end this chat. So I'm going to take my little candle and you guys make a wish. All right. All right, so Kayla would like a message from Eco, please. Sure, of course. All right, and don't forget, you guys, that I will be on again tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is also Arizona Mountain Standard Time, because Arizona doesn't change its time. But I'll be doing the monthly reading, so the May reading for Leo. So if any of you guys have Leo as your sun, moon, or rising, then perhaps I'll see you guys this evening. All right, so Kayla, let's take a look at a message from your puppy, your sweet dog. Okay, so before I pull that card, just tapping into Eco's energy. And I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Okay, so before I pull a card, the visual that I am getting from your dog is like, you ever seen a butterfly land on a dog's nose and how confused they look? I've seen this actually a couple of times. And it's like they're like trying to like blow it off or brush it off, but it's like, what is this thing on my nose? So it's like a almost like an adorable wonderment moment. So like just full of amazement and surprise, like, what is this on my nose? Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a card then. So that was just the first visual that was coming through. Okay, put these off to the side. All right, so we have the Jack of Diamonds, and we have this very roughed up looking kitty here. Quite the opposite of what we saw with what was coming through with Nico, or Eco. So I was getting Nico because it's the Magic Nico deck and Eco. Okay, okay. All right, so let's put these together. What do you got for me, puppy? Okay. All right. Okay, so what your dog was saying with this image here, but also the image that was being shown to me, is when we don't stop to really look at our life each day, you know, spending some time in gratitude each day, everything can feel so one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? So in the 3D world, if there was no fourth and fifth dimension, if there was nothing else, and all there was this, and all of it had, let's say, no meaning, because in a one-dimensional world or something, of course that would be true, that there would be a lack of meaning, everything would just be random. It's like the magic's been taken out of everything, and that there is no other realms. When we get into that mindset, because we lead some very busy lives here in the third dimension here, it can feel as though things just don't matter, things just don't make sense, and we feel much like this kitty cat here of just like, like our, feelings and emotions of feeling trapped, and all of this stuff starts to come up, and it doesn't make us feel very good. And why don't we feel very good? Because it's not true, that this isn't all there is. We know for a fact, because we have higher selves, we have souls within us, that there is more. And so with your dog showing me this butterfly on the nose is that there's so much to explore and be grateful for on a daily basis. I'm so grateful that I have a connection with my higher self. I'm grateful that I have access to clean water every single day. Any part of the day I want clean drinking water, I can just have it. I am so grateful that, I have a wardrobe. I have more than just one pair of clothes, or that I have clothes at all. I'm grateful that I get to make an impact in other people's lives. I'm grateful that I get to, have at least one best friend that I can call at any time. I'm grateful for all of these things. And when you do that, everything comes back into focus. All of the magic, all of the synchronicities, all of the messages from our spirit guides coming in from the fourth and fifth dimension. So when we take time to really be amazed at all the beautiful things that are in our lives, we realize that this three-dimensional world is just one piece of the puzzle. And so that's what your dog was kind of asking you to do. That if you've been feeling a bit low lately, if you've been feeling like a little stressed out, a little anxious, it could be just because, you're just seeing one piece of that puzzle. But, just get back into practicing daily gratitudes. I do that when I ground. That was a suggestion from James, is start, looking at everything that I'm grateful for. And when I do that, seriously, even if it's only 2 minutes that I'm taking out of my time to ground, I feel like $1 million. So I hope this message connects with you. Okay. Kayla said he's playing with butterflies in heaven. Oh, yeah. And I mean, it was really, if you could see it the way I see it, it was just like a dog going like, whoa, what is that? Like, wow. And it was like the cutest thing. So yeah, thank you for allowing me always to connect with your doggy. Whenever I have a chance to connect with people's animals, that's like my favorite thing. So thank you. Yes, it connects. All right, excellent. So yeah, and if anybody else, you guys would like me to pull a card for you, again, I'm more than happy to use my Magic Nico deck. Yeah, just tap into a super chat, super sticker, and I'm more than happy to do that. But also, like I said, just kind of closing up the circle here. So I have my mosasaur tooth, get nice and situated, and I'm going to thank those elementals for helping us with our safe circle here today, where we can all come, enjoy some messages, we can all interact with each other, and have a good time. So here we go. So I'm thanking the elementals of the north for helping us to cast our circle today. Thanking the elementals of the west for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you, the elementals of the south, for helping us to cast our circle today. Thank you to the elementals of the east for helping us to cast our circle today. Okay, putting that energy back into Gaia. Thank you for all your help. Our work has concluded, and so it is. All right. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you to everybody who came into the chat today, everybody who interacted, for all of the thumbs ups, for everybody who subscribed to this channel. Again, you know, this is what I do, and I love doing what I do. I love being able to help people in the best way that I can, and I love a sense of community. I love us just being able to, you know, hang out with one another and also learn from each other. You're very welcome, Kayla. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you also for people that like and share the videos. Thank you to everybody who's thinking about joining YouTube memberships, and all of my patrons. So my patrons, Michelle and Surian and V and Samara and Kirsten and Brandy and the Silver Wheel Witch and Kayla and Brian and Jason, thank you all so very much for all of your support. I love each and every one of you guys. Lisa said, wonderful energy in the chat tonight. Thank you all so much. Have an incredible week and God bless. And Reese, hello, hello. All right, you guys, I am wishing you a wonderful Sunday. Have a great rest of your week. You know, you can DM me at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot on Instagram if you ever want to, you know, drop me a message. Let me know how your week is going. Let me know if there was any sort of synchronicities, anything like that. I love hearing from you guys. So, all right, I'll catch you later then. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, everyone.